Hi friend, welcome back to my channel. You are here on my Learn Tarot with Me series. As a reminder, if this is your first time here, I am learning tarot. I am not teaching tarot, so we are learning this together. So feel free to comment how you memorize each individual card because there are so many. There's so many. And as you guys know, check in the comments if you want to follow along, because I do have a picture of my actual cards here on the table, and then also my notes that I took, so that you guys can just kind of, I don't know, look at them. Please let me know if you see anything in the photos that I'm missing, because whenever I am trying to like use these cards or whatever, I look at the picture a lot to tell me like what they mean. So if there's something in the picture that I miss or whatever, please tell me. Please and thanks. That will help all of us who are learning this together. So today we are doing the third major arcana, technically the fourth card. As you all know, the Fool is 0, so it's not numbered. The Empress. We're doing the Empress today. And I love this card deck, but doesn't everybody? It's the Light Seers Tarot. It's so self-explanatory in how they're pictured. So anyways, here she is. So the Empress, she represents, let me hold this up for y'all, divine feminine, beauty, nature, nurturing, abundance, and creativity. So in most of these, which I do see them in here, whenever I was reading online, it was saying that most of the cards that represent the Empress have a 12-star crown on her. Okay, so some of these do actually have a crown on them. And I'm not going to count all those points, but you know, I'm sure that's 12. Anyways, the 12 stars represent the 12 months of the year, or the 12 zodiac signs, or the 12 hours in our daily clock. And she represents needing to wait. That's why I think she's like pregnant. Okay, that's part of it. You gotta wait for the baby. Okay, it hasn't fully been birthed yet, or it's about to be birthed. Okay, and so it's all about waiting. She's a goddess of fertility, prosperity, victory, love, and sex. So this card represents relationships, cooperation. So don't force things before they're ready. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Okay. She is the grounded goddess. She's the goddess of earth. Okay. So like, she's like Mother Earth, basically. And I was thinking that she might be like Demeter, but then I realized it makes so much more sense that she would be Hera, because Hera is she's the wife to Zeus. Okay. So she's like Queen Mother vibes. Okay. And this card also means for you to express gratitude, right? So if this card comes out in a reading, it's all about like expressing gratitude, waiting, not rushing on things, motherhood, so like that nurturing, protective, safe mindset, abundance, right? Because abundance, I mean, gosh, if motherhood is anything but abundance, like it is, right? You're able to create life. Pretty amazing. So she represents the Taurus sign. Makes sense. Taurus is very earth energy. The element that she represents is earth. The planet is Venus. So whenever I was reading online, it said that she's the goddess of fertility. Venus was actually who the goddess was. And she represents a yes. So, as is with the last deck, or the last one, the High Priestess, I could not figure out which cards in this deck, I don't know if you guys have seen it or if you have it, which one represents the Empress. I have no freaking clue. So my guess is like the Geomancer, because she's planting seeds and you're having to wait, right? Like it's like fertilizing the soil. She's a goddess of fertility. I feel like that kind of makes sense. Or the Mender. Why did I think the Mender? I don't know. That doesn't actually make sense now that I'm saying that. Okay, maybe it's not that one. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I think it's probably because it was like a plant and I was like thinking of like earth energy vibes. Anyway, that may not be it. Who knows? Then on this card deck, where it actually lists in the upright and in reverse what the meaning is. Upright is abundance, motherhood, and fertility. In reverse is overprotection, luxury, and selfishness. So let's hop into what the reverse means. So the reverse means to make self-love or self-care a priority during this period of time. So if she shows up and this girl is upside down, it's like you're not taking care of yourself. Prioritize that, homegirl or boy. Giving power or energy away to others. So that kind of made me think of like, it's actually something I was talking with someone about today. Like when we give our power away to others, that leaves less energy for the things and the people that we love. So like we need to be filled and full and nutrient wise, right? Like, and this is like spiritually, physically, whatever, right? Like if you are pregnant, you want to protect a baby, you want to keep the energy in yourself, whatever. I'm just thinking as I go. So this doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. I'm figuring it out. Okay. A creative block. Okay. So if she's in reverse, she's in reverse. This means a creative block. Where you're maybe feeling stuck or you're not allowing yourself the freedom to create because you're fearful of people seeing your creation and judging it or whatever, but you're like stopping it. Being overprotective, overgiving, codependent, or insecure. So I think that's where the divine feminine part comes in, where like if it's in reverse, you are being overprotective, meaning you're like clinging, you need control over everything, and that is exhausting and doesn't actually help you in the long run or the people that you're trying to control or the circumstance. Whenever I put down codependence, I didn't actually read codependence when I was researching it, but it just kind of like made sense to me. Like if it's in reverse, it is like the codependent, where like, you know, those moms, and you may be one, who just like overgive way too much, right? And then end up being like resentful in the long run because you're like, why is nobody else meeting my needs? Well, because it's your job to meet your needs or to ask for specifics on what you need. Okay, so if it's in reverse, that means go inward and take care of yourself. Figure out what that is. And then upright, it means that you are in an abundant creative state. Now let's go into the Empress here on the Mythos Tarot card deck, Guidance from the Greek Gods. I haven't actually named it before now, so here you go. Hopefully you guys can see the full title. I can't tell. Okay, so let's go into the Empress, Hera. The goddess of marriage, women, and childbirth. Hera, one of the 12 Olympians, was the queen of the gods, ruling alongside her husband Zeus. In a marriage full of infidelity, she pursued with a vindictive hatred the women he was involved with. She was a strong and powerful goddess who presided over fertility and marriage. When she's upright, Hera was a goddess of women and femininity, and is here to help you tap into yours, regardless of gender identity. Both masculine and feminine energy are important for balance, and at this time, your creative, nurturing, and sensual sides need to be called to the forefront and celebrated. You are in a period of growth, and Hera entreats you to be grateful for the bounty around you. It is a reminder to connect with what makes you happy in life and to take care of yourself. Use Hera's strong, confident, feminine energy to mine your own internal power, which will shine through to those around you. There is a strong urge to care for those around you, as this is a time of love and support. Quality time is important, and this card can indicate a new member being added to your family, and whatever that means to you. Now, in reverse, while a powerful and loving goddess, Hera was also had a very jealous and destructive side. Instead of channeling her feminine, loving power, you are drawing her insecurities, potentially becoming overprotective, codependent, and controlling. It is time to take a step back and breathe, revisiting your relationships with independence, trust, and compassion. Hera in the fallen position may also be indicative of the reverse, with a loss of independence and a feeling of being smothered. It is time to take on her willpower and strength to build confidence in your decisions and actions. Your self-image may be low, and it is time to remember that you too are a powerful, shining power. Learn to love yourself again and rediscover your inner and outer beauty. Self-love and self-care are priorities. If you are experiencing a creative block, time out in nature can help to ease this. Which makes sense. This is the grounded earth one. So time out in nature. Also, I thought it was cool that it also mentioned codependency. So I must be on the right track with that because that's where my mind went as well. So I forgot to do the picture wise one for my last video. So what I like to do is like look at each photo and just see like how the heck I'm going to memorize these. How the heck am I going to memorize this one? I don't know. She's like in a robe that's like really colorful and she's standing in water. Bro, I don't know. Somebody put in the comments how you would memorize that one, please. Please help me. This one, this one is so helpful for me because this one's like creation. So creative, like you've got the tools. You were giving birth to something. That one feels pretty easy. With Hera, I kind of remember this because I just watched the series called Chaos on, I think it's Netflix. Anyway, super freaking good if you guys haven't seen it. It's really, really, really good. But it's got Hera and it's about all the Greek gods and stuff. And I think they only had like 1 season or 2 seasons before they turned it off. Anyways, it's great. But I think about her character and like being the mother. This one literally tells you. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so what about this one? She has the crown. I mean, I always think about like the Emperor and the Empress in the major arcana. Like they're the only couple, right? I mean, maybe there are other ones that are the couple, but they're like the obvious couple. So she gives queen energy. And the goddess of fertility, Venus. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna memorize that. This does look like she's like catching seeds off of the wind to me. So maybe the seeds of like planting something new. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, y'all. Okay, hold on. I just saw. That's interesting. Look at that. There's a heart, like a literal heart with an eyeball in it. That's crazy. What does that mean? How does that relate to the Empress? And then she's also crying. Maybe that's for like the reverse side of it, is like the secret insecurities that she has, you know? But her heart sees everything. What does that mean? I mean, we do know that Hera was a jealous goddess, right? So maybe she saw all of Zeus's infidelities or whatever. So if you are in the reverse side, maybe you're seeing things and it's causing you to step out of alignment with your values or into somebody you don't want to be. That kind of makes sense to me. I also am noticing the lilies. Isn't that what those are? Those are lilies, white lilies. I don't know what they mean. If you guys know or want to look it up, what a lily means, what does the white lily mean? Put it in the comments because I'm very curious about that. So anyways, thank you guys for joining me. That was super fun. Every Wednesday and Sunday, Wednesday night and Sunday morning UK time, please join me on this journey. I am learning this with you, so please share how you memorize all of this because like I've been saying, like this, there are 78 cards and we have to memorize it in upright and in reverse, and that seems really freaking daunting. and I don't know how people do it. So if you have a trick or like I mean, even if it's like, you know how like when you're like studying for a test and you have to like memorize things, like how we have like a song for the ABCs, you know what I mean? If you have something like that, please share it below so that the rest of us can try to learn this together because it is freaking hard. So anyways, thank you guys for joining me and I will see you next time. Ciao.